Hello, hello, it's Abyssinia Motherland James Belly Dance. Today we are going to be talking about a very serious topic, which is how to get involved with community centers in your city, but specifically in Phoenix, Arizona, because that is the area that I know best. Come back in a moment and let's chat. Annoy the H word out of you. It may be very, very annoying. It was annoying for me. I was not having a good time filling out all this paperwork, which could have been online. So last summer, I received some information about getting involved with community centers in the state of Arizona, specifically in Phoenix, which is where my main class is. So the wonderful studio owner here at Studios at Cité reached out with the information for that, okay? Thankfully, I had one of the most important people, most intelligent people that I know in the world with me at that time, which was my mom, who really kept me grounded through that process because I am a very impatient person. So if you're an impatient person, but you're trying to grow your fitness-based business, your service-based business, and this is for you, okay? I was very irritated with the process. I'm just going to be very transparent here. It was very annoying. I love to read. I love to write. I also am a good, pretty big fan of technology, and I feel like there's a place for it. For some reason, none of the processes involved with this involved technology. Everything was paper-based. We had to print out several sheets of paper, fill things in with a quill. Just kidding, we used a pen. We had to fill things in by hand. There was something I filled out and I whited something out and they made me do the whole thing over. That was the type of thing I was dealing with. However, the process overall was fairly straightforward if you will read and take your time. So it does take some patience. Yes, I've been patient, but it still worked out. So the first thing I did was download and print out the vendor information sheets that were online. They did give me the information about that. I filled them out. And another really important thing after I had everything filled out and completed, I just took it day by day. We went through it, made sure we had all of our requirements. Your EIN number was something that you needed. Your driver's license and your weight at birth. I'm just kidding, you don't need your weight at birth, but you did need like a copy of your driver's license. You can't have committed any wild crimes or anything like that, right? So they were very serious about that. Then once that was completed, they had a meeting online where they explained the process further. So people had a lot of really good questions that they were able to ask. Go to those meetings. I highly recommend that you go to those meetings before you have to turn everything in, because it will give you the opportunity to ask questions, to find things out. Okay, I learned a few things through that process. One of the things that I learned was that while we have a lot of community centers in the state of Arizona, they're usually also associated with senior centers. Just because you are on the vendor list for a community center doesn't mean you're on the vendor list for the senior center, because that would make too much sense. I'm going to try really hard not to be sarcastic through the rest of this video, but it's very, very hard because this whole process could have been simplified. So you fill out this paperwork. Please go to any meetings that they have. If you're unable to go, maybe get a friend to record it for you, or reach out to the person that you got the procurement from and ask them for a recording of the video. It never hurts to ask, because then you can watch it on your own time, which is what I was able to do for a later meeting when I didn't have access, unfortunately, to sit and watch. Okay, so I got that done, got that all completed. I scanned all of the copies and I emailed them back. So you have the opportunity to either email the papers back or to mail them in. Make sure you adhere to the deadlines. Possibly, it's important if you need to, if you're one who has a lot going on, put the deadlines in your phone. give yourself a few days before that's actually due to give yourself a reminder that it's due, because you don't want to miss out simply because you missed the deadline. I'm sure that you offer an amazing service. You don't want to miss out for something like that. So they were really nice about certain things. For example, when I first scanned my information in, it was really blurry. And rather than just completely rejecting it, they did reach back out and ask that I send it in again. So I did. That was really nice of them. So I sent that in. And then I would say probably about a month and a half later, I heard back that I was on the vendor list. So that was really exciting. Now, this vendor list. In some cities, I'm sure that the vendor list is probably online, and you probably are sent a notification that your vendor information has been accepted and all of these things because there is an online portal. Yeah, we have an online portal too, but it's not used for that. So rather than them using the online portal, they sent me a beautiful Word document that had a list of all of the community centers that I was qualified to reach out to. Okay, yes, qualified to reach out to, because when you want to be involved in these community centers, you have to reach out to them, which is fine. That's fine. I love talking to people. It's not a big deal. So I did. Okay, so I sent emails to several people. Several of them to this day have not gotten back to me, and I called others. Several of them haven't gotten back either. But you know what? You don't need to be at every single community center in the city of Phoenix or the city of Seattle or wherever you're at. You don't want to wear yourself out like that, okay? I would recommend starting at 1, maybe 2 centers so that you get the word out there about your amazing service. You get to kind of see what it's like to teach at a community center, because it is not the same as teaching at a dance studio. It is not the same as teaching at a gym. It's just not. Now, these centers, oh my goodness, they're beautiful. A lot of them in Arizona have been redone, so they're outer, area, like it's beautiful. The park is amazing. There's always people around. They do a really good job, some of them, of putting up the information about your class in these beautiful glass display cases so that people can walk in and see, oh, glass making class, oh, belly dancing, meditation, whatever. Like, they see these things and they want to get involved, and they come up to the front desk where the very friendly people in some centers are sitting waiting to answer their questions. So right now, after all that work, I am in with a community center that I absolutely love, and it's right up the street from here. They have a decent following already, and I met some wonderful people that were able to come to my class. So once you're in, you've turned in your paperwork, you've been accepted as a vendor. If you live someplace where they like technology and to get things done like quicker, then you may get an email online that says, hey, this is where you can sign up for classes, this is what we're looking for. Or you may just have the list like I had. So reach out to those people and you get a response back. Okay, so when it comes to starting classes, at least in Phoenix, they do promote your class for you. But they promote it by making a flyer for you, because they have to have the City of Phoenix logo on the flyer. Okay, they make these beautiful flyers and they'll print them out in color and they'll put them up in the display cases and people will ask about them. But in addition, I highly recommend that you promote the class yourself as well. If you're already teaching a class in a dance studio or fitness center, let those people know, because they may have friends who are interested in joining you, but it may be on a different night. Okay, so I did that. I always make alternate versions of flyers also, so I did that, and I made some Facebook events, and I put things up on Instagram, and I announced it a lot in my class. So this was my first time. I had a few people sign up for the class. I have another class starting in April across town, because that's where I've been asked to come several times. So I did all of those things. So the bottom line is, if you're looking to get started in community centers, because a lot of times, we go to community centers, we wonder, like, how did this person get involved in teaching this basket weaving class? I too would like to teach a basket weaving class, but I don't know how to start. Well, you get on the website of your city of wherever, because the government is usually the ones who run these facilities. They should have information on there about how to get in touch with someone. It's hard. I don't want to be sarcastic. How to get in touch with someone who will tell you how to get involved in the process, okay? And it may not be a straightforward process. It probably isn't. It's probably not. But I do think it's really worth it, because at the end of the day, gets your name out there and you become an authority in your field. People will know a little bit more about what you do. It gives you practice teaching your class in other settings, because the community centers are very, into this hard stop situation. Like if they say the class is 7:30 to 8:30, at 8:29 and 30 seconds, you better be out of there because they want to go home. In addition, you are sharing the space with other people. You may have someone coming into that space right after you. So that's usually different. Some dance studios have a little more leniency sometimes, or a little more space. Like usually I have a lot more space after my dance class to get my things together and go. I've also found that teaching here at the dance studio is different from teaching at the community center, in that you don't necessarily form those deep relationships with people at the community center, because they really are just trying to get in and get out. That may have just been the class that I was teaching. There's nothing wrong with it, but it is something I've noticed. But despite all of that, I highly recommend that you get involved with the community centers in your area, because despite what they may say and how they may be acting, they are supposed to be providing really great services to the people in their community, because they receive funds for that, especially those for seniors. So there's nothing wrong with you making sure that you are a part of that process too. I know you're probably thinking, okay, well, I run this class, like I'm okay at basket weaving and I'm really comfortable in this dance studio. You might be, but if you ever have thought about teaching your basket weaving class at a community center, why not try it out? It never hurts to ask. Somebody out there may not know of the dance studio you're at, may not know of the gym you're at, but they may love that community center where they go and play pickleball every week, and they'd also like to come and do some basket weaving as well. So get out there, find out what the process is at your community center to get involved. The city of Phoenix only does theirs like once a year as far as I know, and I did just get the information about getting involved with the senior centers as well. It is a process, yes, but your business is worth it. So I would love to see you take this process on. Tell me about how the process may have gone for you in your area. It's annoying, I'm going to be honest with you. It may annoy the H word out of you. It may be very, very annoying. It was annoying for me. I was not having a good time filling out all this paperwork, which could have been online. But was it worth it in the end? Yes, it was. Because I very much enjoyed teaching my class at the community center, and I see myself doing it for a lot longer as well. So I hope you learned something today. Drop me a line below. Do something that brings you joy today, and I will see you later.